Have you noticed the older you get? I'm like, do you know what? I can catch a charge.
Oh, Pearl, this is not helping you beat the unhinged allegations. We are going to check in with the anti-feminist online grifter Pearl Davis, who, even if you're somebody like me who has a lot of criticisms of modern feminism and some of the more woke messaging and activism and things that they've pushed over the last several years, Pearl is just kind of the opposite extreme. She thinks women need to shut up and are all trash and just belong in the kitchen and men are just terrible and awful in every way. But she's built up this reputation, Pearl Davis, aka JustPearlyThings, and this little platform for herself by pushing this message in mostly echo chambers to random men that agree with her on the internet and doing like sympathetic podcasts with other people who share similar perspectives. But as you know, if you tune into this podcast, because we covered it over the weekend, Pearl recently did a debate with Ana Kasparian at the World War Debate event. I believe it was in New Jersey or somewhere random. Anyway, we watched the live stream. I showed you some clips from it. It was absolutely brutal. Whether you personally agree with Ana politically or not. And I like her. I think she's smart, but she's a progressive and we have lots of different positions and disagreements. But she's a sharp tool in the shed, right? Like she actually knows her shit and knows how to debate and read sources and cite evidence and make arguments. And Pearl doesn't, even if you are sympathetic to her positions. I mean, it was a tough watch, that debate. She just absolutely imploded and humiliated herself. But there's an update that we have to get to because she's now lashing out in a particularly unhinged way after losing this debate. First, I just want to play y'all a flashback clip of the debate in case you forgot how brutal it was. Let's watch this.
Are you just making things up? No. Pearl, what are you doing? Like, seriously. Next question. How many women die every year during childbirth?
Not many.
This country has the highest maternal mortality rate of any developed country, so a lot of women do die as a result of pregnancy and childbirth, yes.
Oh my gosh. The awkward silences.
Pearl isn't saying anything. What?
You got this, Pearl.
What the fuck?
Guys, it was so bad. I heard from people that were there that Pearl like went backstage and started crying and almost didn't go back out, and then did ultimately go back out. And I almost feel bad for her. Not actually, but almost. Like, I still don't, but I almost do. No, she just failed to do basic research. There were other moments that we talked about before where like Pearl started citing stats and Ana asked basic follow-up questions that Pearl could not answer. And the sources that Pearl was using, people have looked into them, do not say what she says they think or are not legit, some of them. So listen, no matter how you feel about the feminism debate or these different issues, Pearl obviously humiliated herself and demonstrated that she is not a serious political commentator in any stretch. No matter how you feel about whether she's right or wrong, it was just a humiliating performance that showed basic lack of critical thinking skills, public speaking skills, research skills, the kinds of things that you need to be a trustworthy political commentator. So people should, my perspective, if they had somehow believed that Pearl had something to offer, realize that she really doesn't after this. But she's spiraling after this humiliation. It really is remarkable to watch, to the point where she's now, in a live stream after the fact, suggested that she thought about hurting or physically attacking Ana Kasparian during this debate. It's really unhinged. Listen to this clip.
Yeah, I didn't rage quit, but do you know what I thought? There was a point where I did want to throw hands. I'm not going to lie. She's like 5'1". And I thought about it. I'm like, You can talk like this to men, but I'm bigger than you. I could body you. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I know, but I have this fear in me of the police. I never want to like get in trouble in that way. But I'm getting older. And have you noticed the older you get, I'm like, do you know what? I could catch a charge.
Oh, Pearl, this is not helping you beat the unhinged allegations. She actually just said that during this debate performance, where Ana Kasparian calmly questioned her and eviscerated her and exposed her lack of knowledge and research and ability to think on her feet, that while Ana was asking about sources and pushing back on her arguments, Pearl was fantasizing or considering attacking her physically on stage during a live stream. You just revealed yourself to be crazy, babe. Like, you actually just revealed that you are a dangerous person and very unstable emotionally and should probably be kept far away from in-person debates in the future unless you decide to go Hulk smash your opponent when they ask you basic follow-up questions that you can't answer somehow. But I will say also that there is no clearer sign that you've lost a debate and that you have no actual substantive rebuttal or ability to engage with your opponent than the fact that you resort to fantasizing about violence or even considering committing an act of violence. And the fact that she even suggests she'd be willing to catch a charge for assaulting Ana Kasparian simply because she humiliated her during a debate, it really is, I think, just the final straw that broke the camel's back in terms of eviscerating and eliminating whatever shred of credibility Pearl had left, because it just shows that you can't engage like an adult and you can't actually debate or make arguments or hash things out. I've been in a lot of debates. I've been in debates that are intense where I felt personally attacked. I had Tim Pool screaming at me that I'm freaking effing evil because I supported free trade and he wants to shut down all trade with China or whatever. And we're debating this issue and he's calling me evil and screaming at me. Not once did the thought of assaulting him or the fact that I'm bigger and stronger than him, did any of that cross my mind, because I'm a normal person and I can disagree with people even harshly and strongly without resorting to violence or even considering resorting to violence. And I think it's really a very poor reflection on Miss Pearl Davis here, who again is just so very ladylike and feminine. It's so funny that she'll complain about how like modern women aren't women anymore. They're not feminine. They got nothing to offer. And it's like, and it's the least feminine woman you've ever seen, which I don't mind. Like, I think is fine. I don't believe in like gender stereotypes, but she pushes them onto women and then utterly doesn't live up to them herself. So I find that remarkable and just ironic beyond belief. But gosh, Ana Kasparian could not have come out of this ahead of Pearl anymore. And the fact that Pearl is reduced to this kind of coping and seething on her live stream after is just a stunning admission of how brutally she got owned. I don't know, man. I think it's sad that the internet has propped up these people, these obviously low IQ grifters, as if they are, and I'm sorry, like, I try not to personally insult people, but it to me is just a factual observation that Pearl isn't very intelligent. And then that she's a grifter is obvious because she's pivoted so many of her positions and she just ignores all facts that are contrary to her and doesn't do actual research just to push a certain narrative that will pander to a certain audience that will pay attention to her and should be able to monetize to some extent. So to me, those aren't even personal attacks. They're just factual observations. But I'm not trying to be mean to Pearl. I think she just destroyed herself in 4K. Or, like I said, really in like 360p, because the stream wasn't great quality. Sorry, World War Debate. Maybe we can improve that for next time, because if grifters are going to implode on stage, I'd like to see it crystal clear so I can watch and drink their tears, which I find delicious. I don't know, guys. You'll have to let me know what you think of this latest update. Are you surprised that Pearl is crashing out like this? I can't say I'm particularly surprised, but I'm still bemused by it. But I also think, again, it says something unfortunate about the political discourse that we're living in, that people like this were ever made into internet celebrities or personalities with any kind of following in the first place. Something is really broken when we are rewarding mediocrity like this. And so many people are listening and tuning into people with so little to offer when there's so many smart people. There are so many smart critics of feminism out there, like intelligent conservative women who push back on modern liberal feminism and all of this. And yet the one who got millions of followers was this girl who can't even answer basic follow-up questions about her research and resorts to fantasizing about violence when people question her and push back. Yikes. Major yikes there, Miss Pearl. But that's just my take on it. Y'all will have to let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure subscribed if you aren't yet to hit the like button. And please do consider becoming a channel member to support my work. Now, guys, that'll be it for that section of today's show.